Yo, what is going on, guys? So we're back today for another video in the Incursions. And after the Morningstar video, it did pretty well. A lot of you guys wanted to see the Guillotine side of things in the Morningstar runs. So I definitely didn't use Guillotine as much. I used her only for like 4 fights total between the 2 runs, getting to Zone 14 twice. But the fights that I used her for, she came in so clutch. So this fight here, I think this Rhino has like safe. I think he has a safeguard. I looked back on the video. I didn't look at the nodes in the recordings that I had here. Yeah, pretty sure he had safeguard, Toxican, so that's why the poison is applying, and then also redoubled determination. So he's getting like more power gain when he has a lot of debuffs on him. So I was applying so many debuffs. I also have a hack to apply an armor break debuff when I think it's when a damage over time effect expires, or it might be a non-damage over time effect. But yeah, there's a lot of debuffs going on. So his power gain was pretty crazy. So he's getting a lot of power. I have to bait out a lot of special attacks. So it's getting pretty crazy. But the great thing about Guillotine is I'm already at the 100 hits. So my damage output is going to start to really ramp up. I love Guillotine, man. I love Guillotine. Her damage output is so good. It's so clutch because her damage is, she kind of reminds me of like Omega Red in a way, for his damage output style, where it's not big flashy yellow numbers. It's more of damage over time. And that's honestly better in a lot of situations because you can bypass things like safeguard, like rage, damage caps. You know, it doesn't matter because the damage you're doing is the numbers in red, and it bypasses that kind of stuff. So it's great, man. I'm such a big fan of Guillotine, and even in these super high rooms where the opponents have like 400, 300, 400, 500,000 health. Guillotine is still finishing hits in under 100 hits or around that number. Because if you start with 100, and then it takes 100 actual hits in the fight to kill most characters. Because by that point, and the higher you go, I mean, it's not going to take that many more hits. Once the health pools even get more ridiculous, because once you get her to like a 200 hit combo, she's hitting so hard. It's ridiculous, man. Like you can see our numbers in red. They're taking for like 3,000 or something right now on every hit. We're just getting like 300 extra damage. It just ramps up like crazy, man. And I think I activated the pre-fight where I get some lifesteal going. So I'm actually healing up as well. And the armor buff that I have from not using the other persistent charge just kind of helps to reduce some of the block and parry damage, which gets really ridiculous at the high rooms. So that's also really nice. So yeah, it's just, she's so good for Incursions, man. She's not going to be useful for every single fight. I mean, you can use her for every single fight, but she's going to be losing a lot of health. But some fights you don't even want to use her for. But you really want to save her for the fights that 90% of champions can't do. Like the last fight, so clutch. The nodes on this last fight's ridiculous. It could have easily ended our run, but I had Guillotine. So we're going to go ahead and finish the fight with the L3, full yellow bar, and in total less than 100 hits for this crazy stacked fight. Boom. Guillotine made nothing out of it, man. 95 hits. Pretty crazy. And for the rest of the gameplay, it was from the run I had with Hector. So let's go hop over to that. Alright guys, so hopping into the next fight here, we have an Omega Red with Biohazard Tranquility. Now, Omega Red is super annoying, but again, another piece of utility that Guilly299 here has is being a robot. So the spores will apply extremely slow to us, and we don't really have to worry. And with Biohazard, we're immune to bleed and poison, so again, don't have to worry. On this run, I wasn't using suicides, so I can go ahead and pop some L1s, get some power drain going. Because with the Tranquility on here, I'm not going to be able to finish the fight with an L3, most likely, which sucks, but that's okay. But yeah, on this fight, I think this was the first fight I used Guillotine for, so I wasn't built up yet. I didn't have the 100 hits stored for this fight, but even still, you know, it's not that bad to ramp her up. And the first fight, I mean, it's just going to be a little bit slow, but it's fine. I managed to get off my L2, just get a couple more hits in the combo meter, because power was going to be drained anyways. But yeah, what I like about Guillotine is she's good with and without suicides. Like either way, it's fine. Like MSD, one of the most known Guillotine players, he had got her duped as 6-star from Comic-Con. That guy doesn't even own Suicide Masteries, and he still puts in work with her. So yeah, but she also is good with them, just being double immune, and you don't really need to use specials except for the L3 to finish a fight. So yeah, but it's nice to not have suicides, just to be able to use the L1 sometimes for the power drain. The power drain's pretty nice. But as you can see, there's this Omega Red down, only 97 hits, and we didn't even start with 100, just being a robot. Really nice. Alright guys, so the next fight I have for you is against a ManThing. So Guillotine, pretty good counter to ManThing. We can't get poisoned because we're poison immune, and he reduces a lot of big critical damage. Like you don't really want to use Ghost or Corvus because you don't really get the big hits. The Guillotine doesn't crit. So again, phenomenal matchup for ManThing here, and it's unfortunate that Guillotine is a robot, but it's great that she is a robot, but at the same time a little bit unfortunate just because we don't get the willpower healing. That'd be really nice because we have an armor break on us right now. It'd be nice to get some of that willpower healing going. But yeah, you're gonna go ahead and push this ManThing to a level 2. Pretty easy to bait out. Just want to get some distance. But with Guillotine's L1, I don't even have to bait it. I didn't use any of my persistent charges, so the power drain is pretty nice on that L1. I just baited special 1, and everything's going great. And I should be able to finish this fight with a L3, and then for the future fights, I'll have the 100 hit going into it. And as what MSD likes to say, I have a bullet loaded in the chamber with her, having that 100 hits ready, which, yeah, that's a nice way to think of it. But yeah, starting a fight with the 100 hits with Guillotine is great, and then you have access to 2 of the pre-fight abilities right off the bat, either the power drain with your mediums or some lifesteal, which is nice. The lifesteal isn't crazy, but as you saw in that first fight, it helped to top us up against the Rhino. But yeah, man, we're shredding this ManThing. He had a pretty big health pool. I think it was at least like 300,000 or something like that. But he's going down pretty quick. Our degen and the shock, I think the shock's from one of the hacks. Degen's from Guillotine's base abilities. But yeah, it's doing pretty good work. And once we get him to that 5%, we can go ahead and safely drop the special 3, guaranteed execute him, and bank the 100 hit combo for the next fight. So 3%, perfect. Drop the special 3. I really like the L3 too. It's like an execution on the opponent. It's pretty savage. It kind of looks like you're about to chop their head off with those beams. And yeah, there's the next fight done with Guillotine, just killing it. And I think we have one more. I think the last one is the super clutch fight, so let's get to that. Alright guys, so we are back for the final and the most clutch fight with Guillotine. So there's a Darkhawk boss with Safeguard, Fisticuffs, Aspect of Nightmares, and I think there's some more stuff. I'm going to open it up again. But Darkhawk just at his base is a super annoying defender. So I'm going to go ahead and heal up Guillotine a little bit because the Aspect of Nightmares, we're going to degen at the start of this fight. So yeah, I'm going to try to heal her up to max. She doesn't have the biggest health pool, so it didn't take too many potions. But yeah, Safeguard Fisticuffs, unblockable for 6 seconds at the start of the fight, and another, there's 2 Aspect of Nightmares, so I think they equal 75% of our health total. So it's going to be crazy. And he starts off unblockable. So, man, this fight, there's so many annoying nodes on here. There's not many champions that can do this fight. And this is in room 13, I think. He has 350,000 health. When we were first looking at this fight, it's just who are we going to use? And I'm like, Guillotine. So, as you can see, we're degenning like crazy. But as long as we stay alive, we're going to be okay. We're going to heal all that up. And luckily, I got a bullet in the chamber with having 100 hits to start. So there we go. Healed to full. A little bit of a lag there. But yeah, so I activated the Power Burn pre-fight ability. So that was the only one I activated. So my reasoning for that was just to help get rid of some of his power because, Darkhawk's super annoying to evade all the specials. But the reason I didn't use another pre-fight is because I wanted to keep the armor buff on me, just to help reduce some of the block damage, the parry damage, the L1 damage. You see those L1s are hitting pretty hard, so gonna keep power burning him. And yeah, we're taking damage, but we're getting him down. And the more that we ramp up our combo, the more damage we're gonna be dealing in red. And man, this fight, I thought this was the end of the run. I thought the Darkhawk was just gonna be a roadblock for us, because if Guillotine couldn't do it here, none of our other champs would have been able to do it. Not with that safeguard, not with the aspects of whatever. We degen 75% of our health, so we already had to be at a high health pool, and I think all of our champions are looking a little bit low, so it was just looking crazy. But I really love the power burn pre-fight ability, because you can push him to the L3 and then end the combo. It doesn't matter. And right there, one more combo, get him to 2%. Drop the special 3. There's safeguard, but this should just execute him. And boom. Guillotine, 60 hits. 64 hits total. And then it's going to kill him at the end. That still counts for killing them with an L3. 64 hits, man, for that insanely stacked Darkhawk boss. Just so impressed with Guillotine, man. That fight, wow. She just killed it. And then you go for the team heal Bagon and her. And yeah, man, it was zone 12. But still, insanely clutch of Guillotine there. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Drop a thumbs up if you did. Guillotine, I feel like she's super underrated, man, in this game. I feel like she's super underrated. I feel like everyone praises Warlock nowadays, and they just don't give the Guillotine the attention she deserves. But I think her and Warlock are pretty close to each other, man, and the way I rate them, at least. They're pretty damn close to each other. And for Incursions, I'd way rather use Guillotine than Warlock. So, but yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Hope you did enjoy. Thanks so much for watching.